Biggest mistake I see founders making in growing their business is not embracing a sales and growth first mindset, but rather thinking that if they build a great product, then customers will come on board automatically and their business will grow just because they have a great product. Reality often is that if you don't have a great sales and marketing machine behind a good product, your business will flounder. Deep down, I think a lot of us are scared of rejection, and that's why we're scared to ask for the sale. We're scared to kind of put ourselves out there and say, hey, this thing that I've built, I put a lot of value in. Customer, do you put the same amount of value in that I do? And a lot of the times, the answer to that is no, right? A good close rate for a qualified prospect is 30, 40, maybe 50%. So you're looking at failing 7 out of 10 times. For a founder who puts a lot of their own kind of self-worth behind their product and their company and their brand and their offering, to be told no 7 out of 10 times is really hard. So I think something that happens is a lot of founders say, well, if I just don't ask, then they can't tell me no. So I'll kind of embark on sales and marketing efforts like content marketing or SEO, where nobody can tell me no, but I feel like I'm doing a good job. I am ticking that box mentally to say I'm doing marketing, but what you're really doing is just like this passive effort to kind of satisfy yourself that I'm putting in the kind of marketing reps, but you're not really putting yourself out there and learning from the market. The culprit here is a misunderstood term in the kind of SaaS space, which is product-led growth. Wes Bush, very popular, personality and book out there, product-led growth really is a mechanism whereby your product itself can help companies grow. But I think a lot of founders, especially technical founders, fall back on this and say, if I have a great product, I don't need to do sales and marketing. And so they focus too much of their energy on building a product and building these viral loops. And there are some instances where a viral loop in a product can kind of be self-promotional. And you look at things like Dropbox and Calendly and Canva, but very few of us are building those companies. And so I think we all use this crutch of an example of a great product selling itself and say, well, my company is the same and I can just follow that same playbook. But very few of us are building those kinds of businesses. Instead, what we need to do is have like a minimum level of product quality and love that our customers have for it. And then layer on top of that, kind of every extra ounce of effort we can have in our company should go into operations, sales, and marketing. The place where product-led growth often falls short is assuming that people that are in this viral loop are in the market for your solution. So think about calendaring solution. If you're Calendly, thinking that the powered by Calendly link or people seeing that tool when you're inviting someone to schedule time on your calendar is going to drive business only assumes that the person that I send my calendar link to is in the market for calendaring software. Most all of the time, that's not the case. And so I think these kind of viral loops and product-led growth where the product goes and sells itself assumes that the recipient or the target market of that viral loop is in the market to become a customer. Most of the time, that's not true. There's a lot of data that like 90+% of our target market is not in the kind of phase to buy our solution at any one time. And so we have to continuously kind of be in the market, be doing sales and marketing, doing brand and outreach efforts so that when the time is right, that prospective customer sees us and says, hey, this brand is right for me. I'm going to make this choice. The customer's never looking for software, right? Nobody wants to go buy software. They want to buy a solution to a problem that they have. And so I think that's where when we start crafting sales and marketing solutions, we want to look at not features or benefits, but problems that we're solving in this kind of end state that we get to in the end. I like to say a lot of times, we don't sell podcasting software at Castos. We build bridges. We build bridges so that our customers can create a thing to create this dream outcome for them and their brand and their audience. My journey in sales is a pretty unconventional one. I'm actually an engineer by trade. And so I have a strong bias to technical founders and technical salespeople. I think they make the absolute best salespeople out there because it's very difficult for a non-technical person to learn the technical bits and have a lot of empathy for what the customer is experiencing. But it's not so hard for a technical founder or a technical person to learn how to do sales, and they already have the lingo and the deep product and industry knowledge to be able to talk to the customer at the level that a lot of customers want to be spoken to because we're providing these really in-depth solutions. Often, like someone's job is on the line if they make the wrong choice. If you're selling to founders, like the potential impact and future of their company could be on the line. So these are pretty big emotional decisions that our customers are making. For me, a technical salesperson, a technical founder ticks that box of being able to understand the customer problem really, really deeply, and then just has to learn sales, which really isn't that hard. But that's the path I went through. I went to school for engineering and learned sales on the job. And I think it's a really great path for a lot of folks, especially SaaS founders. At the end of the day, we're all selling something, right? Whether it's raising money for our company, pitching our product, selling to a potential acquirer. There's the expression, like, if you're not selling, you're being sold. I think that's largely true, right? Everybody sells something. Even, my kids, I have to sell my kids on, hey, go join this sport or do better in school. And so I think you're just fooling yourself if you say, I built a software company, I don't have to do sales. And I think it goes back to, like, there are these very few exceptions where someone builds an amazing product and it takes off somehow, Product Hunt or something like that. But building your company with the expectation that that kind of magic will happen is kind of foolhardy and setting yourself up for failure, because those are just exceptions, and that's not likely how your company is going to go. Most of us will start on the sales side, or will start on the product and technical side, and you have to kind of bridge the gap that you have in skills and knowledge and expertise. I typically find it's easier to start with a technical, maybe product focused skill set, and then bridge it towards sales, because sales really is a lot about kind of process, expectation, doing the same thing over and over, learning, adapting, and just refining your craft just a little bit. It's actually just not that hard to learn. Whereas, teaching a salesperson how to code or how to build great product or how to do some of the more technical things is just really, really hard. So I find that the technical founders have an easier job kind of traversing to the sales side than a salesperson does. Learning the technical bits, learning engineering is just really, really hard. And I think the reality is building a pretty good product isn't that hard. Building a really great go-to-market sales and marketing organization is super hard. So I think that's why most founders should divert the majority of their attention to sales and marketing and figuring out a great go-to-market strategy, because it is what separates most all really great companies from the rest that don't flourish.